Hello everyone. Welcome to the podcast by Readers Club. Today, we have with us Divyang Ji. Divyang is a third year undergrad pursuing computer science engineering from Nirma University. He is the co-founder of Climbers of Gujarat, and also you will find him organizing and leading various clubs across Nirma University. Welcome Divyang.
Thank you so much, Dheria. I am very much pleased to be here.
My first question for today is that we have heard that your grades in ninth was around C grade, and then the epic transformation to bringing 92.3 percentile in 12th. Can you explain how this like epic transformation occurred?
Well, to be honest, that was the most inspiring part of my life for myself. In ninth standard, I used to get C and B grades in my entire report card, and I was never much satisfied. But I was never even concerned about that much. Ki, theek hai, it's there, so it's there. It's not bothering me. I'm just doing okay. And when you had to choose streams in your 10th standard, and there's a point in everyone's life where you just start getting extremely more focused and more dedicated towards your own goals. That hit me so bad at that point in time when I was 16. So I had this very strong feeling कि नहीं अब तो अपने को कुछ करना है, अब तो अपने को marks लाने पड़ेंगे. It's been high time. So I focused all of my energy towards studying all day long and preparing for my JE exams parallelly for boards. And I had this very strong belief of affirmations where I had a scorecard in front of me on my soft board where I used to study. It had written a 93% on it, just big 93%. And every day when I used to sit and study there, I used to glance on the board once. So, and just try to feel the fact that, ha, apne aayenge, I can do it. It's me achieving those percentage. And to my utmost curiosity and beliefs ki I got that marks of 92.3 percentage, which is extremely close to what I was aiming for. So that's what all the dedication of 2 long years and my preparation got me there. So yes.
It was like really inspiring, like because not having very focus and then towards like giving all your energy and everything towards achieving a single goal. That's really inspiring. So we have heard that you went to Global Entrepreneurship Bootcamp, which was in Bangkok. So being here and going alone there, what was your journey there?
So when I was 17 in my very first year of graduation, I had this global entrepreneurship bootcamp. It's a place where people from all across the globe come and pitch in their ideas to bring the best out of the possible teams. And one idea wins the entire bootcamp. So it's a 3-day event which was held in Bangkok that year. And I was 17 years old, and I just came out of my house to be in Ahmedabad and stay at a hostel and all of those things. So my parents were quite reluctant to send me abroad straight away for 3 to 4 days with another 2 days coming back journey. And so it happened. I tried to convince them because I just heard the word of entrepreneurship and it was very interesting for me. So I tried to convince my father and then my mother, and parallelly things got into place. I booked tickets. I flew to Bangkok by myself, and when we reached there, we had team formation activity. So while the team formation process, you had to pitch in your ideas, and there were 112 people amongst us. And while we were pitching the ideas, only top 20 were going to be selected. Me having an idea and going there, I was very much sure that my idea will never get selected. I have to be in someone else's team, and that's for sure. Still, I tried to pitch in. I gave my best shot because I had a very nicely prepared pitch with myself. I pitched people there, and to my astonishment, my idea was selected there with maximum score while they were the ideas. And that was all because I had prepared it well in advance and the way I was pitching it. But the only thing that was lacking in me was my self confidence back then, that I actually have got a great idea with myself. I'm actually good at pitching and I'm actually going to be leading a team. staying in Bangkok while I had no previous experience of even talking to people nicely. So after that, quickly things started escalating, and we had to form teams. People came to me. I had two people from Nepal with me and one from Bangladesh, and it was a very nice team formation. But I did not find people very much helpful in my team, and somehow I ended up with not such a great team. But that's okay. That's part of the event, and that was a good learning for me to how to manage and balance my team again. We being total strangers and meeting and working together for 48 hours and working on the same project. Slowly and gradually things started moving on and the time passed, but I had to do most of the work by myself. While the most astonishing part was when we had to pitch the idea on the stage, I had this very strong stomach ache, and it was all of a sudden, and I could not back out because it was my idea and I was the team lead. I took the charge and I went on the stage to let's see how it goes. I started pitching. I had, not gonna lie, it was such a strong pain that I had to press one of my legs on other to suppress the pain, and still I tried to pitch in and completed my pitch. Things went well. Everybody loved the idea, though I did not win because it was the very first time. But still, I tried to give my 100%. And when we flew back to India, I went to a doctor to take a checkup to what's exactly happening because I had this pain coming back and forth. It so happened that I had kidney stones, not one or two, but four kidney stones inside me, which were troubling me there in Bangkok. Still gave my 100% on that stage to complete what I had come for. And that is something that I'm very much proud of till date for myself.
It's, it's a key point. We should know that like if we are up to something and we have prepared a lot for it, so we should not like give up at that point. So like if you
Absolutely.
have give up at that point, then there would not be anything as further journey.
Absolutely.
So when you went for the GED at Bangkok, you will find other many different people from different nations. So how were their mindset and how would were your key learning from them?
Oh, it was simply amazing. It was very overwhelming to see people from all across the globe. You've never met people with different mindsets. हमको लगता है कि जो हमने सोचा है, that is the most right thing, or that is how it works here. But when
Yes,
you come across people from different backgrounds, you see that what kind of nationality they come from, what kind of mindset they have, what kind of backgrounds they have been living in. And when you showcase ki India has such XYZ problem, they tell you that America also has this many problems which we are never aware of. And when you talk to them, when you make teams with them, you work with them, you come to know ki how different we are all when it comes to working, or when it comes to working with different peoples and different mindsets. It's really beautiful to learn and experience that feeling.
so that so learning from different people is the main thing. Like we think that only we have our ideas and discussing and knowing other people are really helpful.
Yes. We
So
should always be open to learning from others because they bring a lot of value that we are unaware of.
yeah, that we should keep in mind that we should not be like closely. We should be an open-minded person.
Yes, yes.
Coming to Nirma part, you we have seen you are leading and organizing various clubs. What would you like to inform or give advice that we should being in a club help you with growing your career?
I was an extreme introvert when I was in my 12th standard. I had only one friend with whom I used to sit the entire day and study and do nothing else. And me coming into college and making even two friends was the most difficult task I could have ever imagined. And in very first year itself, when I came across like-minded people, you come into college, you meet so many new people all across yourself कि इतने इतने तरीके के लोग हो सकते हैं और इतने ज्यादा लोग हो सकते हैं जो आपके जैसा सोचते हैं, जो आपको भी पसंद कर सकते हैं. It's not that you are very much solo, you are very much not like others. That's never the case. So when you join the college, make sure that you step in each and every corner that the college is giving you. open all the doors that the college are giving you to experience. Because in my first year I joined all the clubs, and till date I am part of three major clubs at our college itself. And it is a learning every single day. First, being a part as an participant, you learn so many things that the college is offering you, those clubs are offering you, your seniors are offering you. And when you come in your second year, you be a part of the executive committee, you see how the world works, you see how exactly those people are organizing, and those people who are participating, how the world of these two meet. And you interact with so many people in the committee. You are being the part of the event, you are heading those event which people are actually going to be attending, and you are the person who is responsible for that. These are very small things but are very very important in your life as well as career. This is something that I have learned being part of college committees and clubs.
Okay, exactly. So this is a very amazing story of you. So you're pretty active on LinkedIn also, and also you have worked with different people, whether in some clubs or in the other ways. So how did networking help you in all this process?
So, as I have always believed, and I've always said that network is your net worth. So, the bigger the network you have, the more money or the more prosperity in your life is what you're going to get. It's never the case when you have hundreds of millions of rupees and you have not a single person to talk to. It's a nightmare when you compare it to having little less money but having a good circle amongst across yourself, and being much more happier and prosperity in your life. So networking is something that I've always loved. I've always loved to talk to people, interact with them, interact with strangers specifically, and try to learn about who they are, what they do. And LinkedIn was the perfect platform that gave me the opportunity to do so on a professional level. So
Okay.
network does play a very important role in anybody's personal life.
Okay, absolutely. So yeah, coming to your recent achievement, so you did some research in the management background and you won the best research paper award of NICOM. So can you please explain us what is NICOM and what's your journey of whole this research paper thing?
Sure. So NICOM is Nirma International Management Conference. This is held in Nirma every single year. People come from different backgrounds, professors and students come and pitch their researches that they have done across the tenure in their specific domain that they have decided, the theme that they have decided for the year. And I wrote a research paper recently on the on the topic of personalization privacy paradox, and what exactly impacts the paradox in all of those areas. So my paper got published. When I go back 3 years in my life, in the first year when NICOM was held in Nirma, I was entering the door and there was this huge banner outside our college stating two figures with people from foreign who were going to speak at NICOM. And having blank feelings about what exactly NICOM is, those people speaking from foreign was a different kind of feeling where I wanted to be, and I wanted to be and attend NICOM in my first year. And I wanted to learn more about what exactly is it. So I tried to search more of it, and I found out that people do research and pitch in there and all of those things. I started working on research paper in my second year. The topic did not go well with me, but I used to run in our lunch breaks from our block to management block, talking to various professors all across. I literally just used to knock the cabin and go inside and say, "Ki, sir, I am from technology. I want to write a research paper. Can you help me?" And I'm in second year, but I really want to do this and I love to do this. And they were like, are you willing to give 8 to 10 months of your life to this, because you don't have any background and it will require a lot of time investment? I'm like, yes sir, surely. But they used to say, you're too young and don't like, take it slow, try it another year or give it some time. I'm like, okay, but and I wanted to give up hope that I can be at that place where I'll be pitching in my research paper to NICOM. And
Oh,
third year started, and we had this subject of introduction to research. And the professor taught us all about research, what exactly the methods are, what exactly you should do and how you should do. So I was particularly able to accomplish my goal of writing a research paper. In December last year, my paper was completed. I applied for NICOM, and to my astonishment as well, my paper was selected as best paper in NICOM this year.
And that's an amazing story. So congratulations for the award. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So coming to your profile, so you are a founder of Glimmers of Gujarat as well, right? So please tell us what is Glimmers of Gujarat and how it works.
So Glimmers of Gujarat basically emerged in last year May, when everybody around us was in a severe lockdown, and there was a very specific issue of mental health, and people were very much forced into anxieties, depressions, and feeling that they are the only person who is sad and depressed and not getting what they want. But I have always been a very empathetic personality. I've always wanted and I've always felt what the other needs. And understanding that, I felt that there's a very specific need of sharing stories. So, Glimmers of Gujarat is a platform where we share heartwarming stories from all across Gujarat. From general houses, the people, a girl who has suffered from cancer and she's emerged after it from fighting with cancer for 3 years. So there's another girl who had severe back issues, and she got 3 surgeries of her back. Still, she holds the India's plank record of doing the plank for longest time. She's from Ahmedabad itself. And we never know of such souls. These are so amazing personalities. And I have personally felt that there's a need for getting these people out, sharing their stories, and getting inspired. So that's what we do here. We just share stories. We try to do our best to give the society back something that we have learned. And yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So that's a great, very inspiring story of you. So yeah, you are an inspiration for us all. So yeah, coming to
Thank you
your
so much.
yeah, thank you. So I was just scrolling through your LinkedIn. I saw that you did some research at IIM. So can you please shine out what you did over there and how you did that?
So in IIMs, they professors provide you college research internships in which they let you be their helper as an intern for their research projects. So I was lucky to get 2 research internships back and forth mm, in last year April and May. One at IIM Udaipur and one at IIM Raipur. So those were the projects in which we used to work under the professor for their research projects. And there's not much to say, but it was related to computer science and how exactly coding can help into their projects of scrapping web data and other things.
So you will be graduating next year, right? So what all these messages which you want to give to your juniors, and so what should they do in their college life?
College life, do everything as much as possible, try to enjoy to your fullest, try to give your 100%, sleep less, work hard, and it will pay off so well at some point in life that you'll be so amazed and so happy about the fact that you invested your time by not playing games and sitting along and watching series all day long, but investing in yourself, making yourself a better person for these 4 years is something worth investing. And this is what I have realized in my short time span. And I always keep telling everybody this thing, that I am no big advisor or something, but the learnings that I have found by not wasting time is something that everybody should implement right at this point in time.
Perfect advice. Okay, so my next question is, so you are a part of different clubs and you are also founder of Glimmers of Gujarat and you have pretty much things to pile up, which you are doing currently right now. Though you are managing your time, so what's the secret of managing your time with all these hurdles with you?
So I personally have never found time to be a constraint for any of my things, because I am very much fond of making timetables and working according to them. So there's this thing that I do, and I personally recommend everybody to the every night I go to sleep, I make a timetable for what to do the next day, and then I go to sleep. And that's a very peculiar habit that I have kept with myself from quite a long time now. And I have seen that this one small habit has helped me grow and manage time very nicely. Because once you have that dedication कि कल सुबह मुझे उठ के ये काम करना है, you will have a sense of goal that you want to accomplish, you have to accomplish. So that has made me feel and manage my time in a very specific manner.
That's a great takeaway. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Divyang, for joining in. And we are glad to have you as our first guest on this podcast series. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Nishchal. Thank you, Dheerya.